one of the things I've learned about expanding our 12 boot stores and having over 50 employees now on the passion of each person per store, um, what they believe in, believing in our food bank, believing in our cause, believing in the different products, and how we're not in the product business, we're in the people business. And we're in connecting people. And through that, you sell some product, and through selling some product, manufacturing gets to make product, and understanding then that tax base and how I don't want a police officer in Nocona making $16 an hour. I want the highest paid police force in my community, period, because I want them to have the tools to do an amazing job. And that happens through, abandoned factories being closed. Let's open and create jobs and make sure that our infrastructure is getting stronger. And through this last thing with COVID, you really have seen the best and the worst in people on who is moving forward, who is scared, not doing anything. And my focus through that is, I bought another building in Roanoke, redoing that building, and then opening Nocona Coffee, which is going to be a really a staple brand that's doing really, really well. Opening another boot store there, and hiring people, making that a corporate office for people ordering products for our companies and hiring people for that. Opening that was store number 11, opening store number 12 in Grand Prairie Simon Premium, which is an amazing store, and hiring employees for that. And through all this, our manufacturer arms of everyone we buy product from Lucchese to Twisted X to Old Gringo to Corral, they're all struggling, to transition through this. Area is one of our biggest vendors. They're moving right up the street in Roanoke to 1 million square foot. And during COVID, they're trying to get, synergized, and then all those systems of, inefficiencies, we're having to all address that. But by us moving forward and opening more locations and moving forward, that allows them to make more product, create more jobs, and keep the thing moving forward. But when everyone just taps the brakes and goes, hang on, time out, we're just going to stop, it just doesn't work that way. Through this entire COVID, our food bank never closed. I was threatened that if I opened, I would go to jail. And in my opinion, Governor Abbott was very clear that food banks could be open, and we practiced safety precautions on how many people go through and keeping people distance and wearing masks, and so following that direct orders. But there's so much confusion on who does what. And out here in Nocona, there was like 2 cases. This is a rural community. It looks very different than what was going on in Denton. And so having walked out, those different pieces and seeing, abuse of power in some instances on taking my freedoms and my rights, on, the government arm overreaching in certain areas, and then how many people that affects. And so during COVID, when, that happens, it's not that anyone means to, there's just a lot of confusion. When you don't have clear, strong leadership saying this is exactly what needs to happen, and it's different for every county. And so there was a lot of confusion, and interesting enough, during that, our numbers doubled at our food bank. So when there's a need, that is not the time to close all your churches up. When things are down, when you get squeezed, that's what you're made of. And unfortunately, I've watched most of the world crumble in fear, and things are going to look different moving forward. And moving forward, we need strong leadership that knows how to adapt quickly and how to make the necessary changes and keep people on point. And the answer is not shutting the world down.